We're live. So I've just got myself a lovely coffee. Shouldn't really be having one. I don't normally have coffee this late. I'm just seeing all your comments today. Loads of comments today. I don't know if you noticed, guys, we've been getting quite a lot of subscribers lately. I reckon we've had, according to this, we've had 70 subscribers very recently. That's pretty good, isn't it, guys? 70 subscribers. That's excellent. I really appreciate it. To all the new subscribers, thank you so much. Oh, that needs to be a bit hotter. Let me just heat that up a little bit, guys. 1 second. Give you guys a chance to join on. So I was going to do a little bit on Colonel Tom Parker. Before my wife gets home with the kids, if that's possible. Right, let me just warm that up a little bit. So what do you think? So we've had Hillbilly Cat. Oops. Oh, that's just really annoying. That's just happened. 1 second, guys. Let me just boil the kettle a bit. Oh, well. I'm just giving you a chance to latch on. Just spilled my coffee, which is not good. But let's just clear up the mess before my wife gets in. So, yeah, we're doing Colonel Tom Parker, but we'll have a little chat first. Oh, God. My wife's not going to be happy. We've made a mess. Okay, that's better, that's better. Hide the mess before the wife sees it. This is the plan. It's working. The plan is working. Okay, right, that's it, that's it. Start again, Louis. Clear up your mess. Okay, there we go. Get the old coffee machine. Right, coming back, guys. We're gonna quickly do this again. Quickly chuck that in. Put a bit of butter in. We like a bit of butter in the coffee. Okay, that's better. Bit of water. We're done. Press the button. Right, we've got to wait a few minutes for that, guys. Okay, that's... How are we? Hello! I've just spilt my coffee. Typical. So I'm going to, let's find this, let's put this video up. So we're going to do a bit of Colonel Tom Parker. Hillbilly Cat has emailed me as well. So we're going to try, before my wife gets home, and play some of the Colonel Tom Parker video that I found. It's a vintage video. I just want you guys to know, I in no way support Colonel Tom Parker. I'm not playing this as support for Colonel Tom Parker. It's an old vintage video. I thought what we could do, we could play it. And is that it? Let's have a look. Is that the one? Let's just see if it's that one. It might not be that one. Let's have a look. Yes, this is the one. So I'm going to just play that. Let's just see if you can hear it.
Go inside. He was that way. He was like the circus barker, not just now and then, but constantly.
Colonel was the shrewdest, most brilliant businessman and con artist I ever met in my entire life.
I did not like the Colonel, and I'm sorry what he did to Elvis.
And actually, you know, I love the guy.
I have no dirt to throw at the Colonel.
Well, he was a jerk, man, you know.
Colonel Parker's sense of humor never stopped.
Colonel had a great sense of humor. But when it came to business, it was hardcore business.
He was a much more interesting man than Elvis was. I found him absolutely fascinating, and I wouldn't trust him across the room.
He had style, he knew it, and he flaunted it.
So So guys, we're gonna watch this together. It's very long, so we're gonna do it in small sections. I'm just making a coffee. Whilst I'm making that, I'll carry on playing this. The whole point, we're just trying to understand more about Colonel Tom Parker, the good and the bad. I don't know much about Colonel Tom Parker. I know almost nothing. So the whole thing here is that me and Team Elvis, we're learning together. That's the whole point. Okay, guys?
Colonel just cashed in, didn't care about Elvis's dream.
You had to be there to understand, so I don't care what anybody tells me. I was there. I saw what I saw, and it just was meant to be that way.
Live up to my reputation of being a nice guy. This is it, folks. Beautiful.
So just double checking you're all hearing me okay. You're hearing the video okay. Can you give me a thumbs up, guys?
Colonel Tom.
Guys, can you please let me know? Can you hear me? Yes, good. Okay, it's a bit of a delay. Yeah, good. So I'm going to play this while I sort my coffee out, okay?
Tom Parker wasn't really a colonel. His first name wasn't really Tom, and his last name wasn't really Parker. Other than that, much of what you've heard about this colorful character is also shrouded in mystery.
He never really talked too much about his early years. I never even knew he changed his name until I read it in a book or I saw it in a newspaper someplace. Somebody said, you know, he was Von something. I don't even know the name. I just know it was Colonel Tom Parker.
Although he claimed to have been born in Huntington, West Virginia, Andreas Cornelius Van Kuijek came into this world on June 26, 1909 in Breda, Holland.
When the colonel was a young man, he was always big for his age, he said. I mean, tall. He was 6 feet tall, although in later years he became a bit stooped, but he was about 6 feet tall. And when he was a young man in Holland, one of his jobs was carrying big rounds of cheese from the factory onto the barges.
When he was 20, Andreas stowed away on board an ocean liner and entered the United States an illegal alien. He immediately joined the U.S. Army and set aside his Dutch heritage to take the name of his commanding officer, Thomas Parker.
It all seemed kind of, strange that, that he felt the way he did, that maybe somehow he didn't belong here, or that somehow in the end it wasn't totally legal for him to be here. I never understood that part of it, but that was part of the colonel.
I asked the colonel one time after Elvis passed away, I said, I never knew you were a non-citizen. He says, well, Joe, I was in the Army for 2 years. He says, and to be that made me a citizen because I served in the Army, in the United States Army. And he says, nobody ever asked me. He said, if somebody had asked me if I was a U.S. citizen, I would have said no.
After leaving the Army in 1932, Parker was hired as a barker with a traveling carnival called the Johnny J. Jones Exposition. It was a job that would have a far-reaching influence on the rest of his life.
He was like the barker in a circus. You know, the barker in a circus, say, step right up, folks, the big show's on the inside.
Big show's about to start. See Goliath, the most infernal beast.
Well, Colonel loved to talk about the carnival days.
Right.
He felt very proud about that. I mean, he was more or less the PR guy for the carnivals that he worked with. But he did everything. He was a barker. He did the games. He sold hot dogs, and it's a famous story about the canaries. He had these. They get these sparrows, and they would spray them yellow and sell them as canaries. Canaries were too expensive, but sparrows were free, so that's what they do. They spray them and sell them. Then the dancing chickens, another famous story.
They would throw down some chicken feed on this hot plate, and the chickens were, it was hot, and they were dancing around, and they were trying to eat the chicken feed at the same time.
They'd be jumping all around. Those were funny to us.
He was a con man. He was a man who wasn't even here legally in this country. He was a man who did a carny show by putting he had a dancing chicken act. He put this chicken on a hot stove and made it jumped around, and he called it the dancing chicken. What else can you say?
So guys, right, okay. So how many of you have any of you watched this before? Is this a first for you guys? So hi, Lorna, Debbie, Regina. Welcome, Stacy. So I've been sent an email by Hillbilly Cat. Hillbilly Cat runs a YouTube channel. It's very interesting. He goes into the grandparents, the great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents of Elvis, of course, and the parents of Elvis. And he has messaged me concerning Colonel Tom Parker. So what I wanted to do was read his email and then carry on playing this. I want to watch this vintage documentary with Team Elvis. Yeah, I want us to learn from it together because I don't feel that we know enough about Colonel Tom Parker. Let me just see if I can get Hillbilly Cat's email up because I wanted to read it. Hillbilly Cat has told me that he is writing a book. It's nearly finished. It concerns many things. I'm guessing Colonel Tom Parker. So I'm going to read his email. Please subscribe to his channel. It's excellent. It would have been like, I wanted him to be here now, but I can't message him directly. So actually, I'll reply on this and just say we're live now. Let's see if he joins us. So Hillbilly Cat, this is what he says. He says he's got a rare letter from Colonel Tom Parker. A very rare letter not many people know about. Okay, guys? I know you are wanting, so he's addressed this to me. I did do a thing about Colonel Tom Parker the other day. I found an old vintage thing and we posted it on all 3 of our channels. Yes, it's your first time, Lorna. So I know you are wanting to look at Colonel Tom Parker. Do you believe in serendipity? Does anyone know that film? It's a brilliant film, by the way. Serendipity, yeah? That certain events happen at certain times for certain reasons in a pattern which we as mortal creatures will never comprehend. Yes, I do. I do believe in serendipity. I do. I do believe if I look back on my life, many things happened that I think were supposed to happen. I had a lot of bad things, but a lot of good things. No one ever would have predicted how my life turned out. I had some very great things happen in my life. Yeah. So yes, I do believe in serendipity, you know, whether it be business or meeting my wife or having kids, many other things, being a twin, all that kind of stuff. So he says, you want to know more about Colonel Tom Parker, and I happen to be in exactly the right place at the right time to assist, as I too have always wanted to know more about the Colonel. And I do want to know more about the Colonel. So guys, do you believe in serendipity? Do you think that things are meant to be, are meant to happen? Put it in the comments. Recently, I discovered your channel, meaning Defending Elvis Presley. I am on a long Elvis journey, a fan for a long time, a reader of Elvis books for more than 30 years. This is Hillbilly Cat, his YouTube channel on YouTube. Yeah, please subscribe to it. A serious student of Elvis history for more than 10. Right. So I just want to say this, guys. I am not a researcher. Hillbilly Cat is a researcher. If you look at his videos on YouTube, they dive deep and they do proper research. I'm very general. I'm just a laid back sort of YouTube channel that of course, everyone knows I adore Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline, but I would never call myself a researcher. Hillbilly Cat is, yeah? We have amazing researchers, yeah? So, yeah, Regina says she believes that things happen for a reason. Things are meant to happen. So then he writes, I've been a fan for a lifetime, a reader of Elvis books for more than 30 years, a serious student of Elvis history for more than 10. I'm about to publish my first Elvis book. If all goes well, it will be available for sale on Amazon in print or Kindle and audiobook in about a month. Outside of my family, you are the very first person in the entire world and the Elvis community to whom I have revealed this news. Thank you. I'm honored. Okay, so Hillbilly Cat, Matthew, for whatever reason, thinks our channel, Team Elvis and me, because obviously we are a team, are the people to let, to expose his research, to let us know about his book and this letter. There's a letter, almost a secret letter. Not many people know about this letter from Colonel Tom Parker that he wrote to Elvis in 1960. Okay, guys? So I'm going to read it out. It's not long. It's very short. Yeah, Dan, you also believe it. Yeah. Hi, Dan. Happy Easter, Dan. So, right. Okay. Yeah, Debbie says it. I get a feeling sometimes I've been somewhere before. Yeah. So I think generally we all feel it, don't we? Debbie, Dan, Regina, Lorna, all of us have had that. I've had things happen to me, guys, that are out of this world. Out of this world, yeah. I was never meant to meet my wife, but me and my wife have had 5 kids. You get it? I was on the shelf, mate. I was like about to turn 37. My life was, when it comes to having a family and children, it wasn't going to happen, yeah? That a chance meeting at a time when I didn't want to meet anyone because I was fed up because I had been treated badly by my ex-girlfriends. I made some very bad choices with ex-partners. My wife, a 10-second meeting that could have easily been missed at age 36, 37, and now we're married with 5 kids. That's serendipity. Yeah? Do we agree, guys? A miracle, literally a miracle that I have 5 kids with my beautiful wife. A miracle. I thank God every day, yeah? Even how I got into business with my twin brother. We were never supposed to get into business, but it just happened. For some reason, it fell into place. Me and my brother were very, very successful. Me and my twin brother, yeah? Even in my hometown, even famous. We were on TV and everything. We had a lot of success. This is in the 90s, yeah? So miracles happen, guys. Anyway, let's read the book. So the book, let's read about the book. So he's telling us about his book. He's going to release it on Amazon. The book will be a short look at a letter written by Colonel Tom Parker to Elvis Presley, I think in 1960. Everyone wrote a book and said what they thought about the Colonel and what the Colonel thought about them, or at least what they thought the Colonel thought about them. The Colonel never wrote a book, but he did write a letter, this one, straight from him, no middleman, no interpretation, no filter, or Colonel Tom Parker. I'm attaching the prologue for your review. Feel free to use it on your YouTube channel and show and to send to anyone you feel might be interested. Okay? So this is a first, isn't it? From Hillbilly Cat, the YouTube channel, Matthew. I'm attached. Right, so let's have a look. So guys, do you want me to read out the letter? Shall I read out the letter? Who wants me to read the letter out? I'm attaching the prologue for your review. Feel free to use it on your YouTube channel to anyone you feel may be interested. The snapshot shows 2 paragraphs from the letter. So it's only 2 paragraphs from the letter, which is multiple pages long. So Hillbilly Cat's book will be based on this letter. I got a feeling it's 6 pages long. So I've only got 2 paragraphs of it. If you would like to read this book, I will be happy to send you a free electronic copy. When the final book is ready, just reply to this message and let me know you would like to receive it, which Matthew, of course I do. My only request is that you let me know what you think unfiltered, okay? And then he says, I think you will enjoy this sneak peek. Now remember, this is a sneak peek of the letter. It's not all the letter, okay? So, it's very short. Don't build up your expectations, guys. It's a short thing. So, long before any Elvis memoir was published, the Colonel wrote this letter. This is only 2 paragraphs. Now, I had to read it a couple of times to understand it. But the feeling I got was that the Colonel was warning Elvis about the Memphis Mafia, about the people hanging around him. Yeah? So tell me if you see it differently. It's a short letter. Right, here goes with the letter, okay? It is amazing that out of the 5 people that are traveling with you, none of them have proposed or offered to take some of this responsibility on himself for you. Perhaps it is because you don't tell them. I am paying Bitsy a good salary and his hotel. So there's some, I don't know who Bitsy is. Have any of you heard of Bitsy? Bitsy is a well-known, not an unknown person that was friends with Elvis till the end, right till the day he died. I am paying Bitsy a good salary and his hotel. I don't mind doing this for you and for our business, but I feel sure that the time has come for your own good and your career that you must consider laying down some strict instructions regarding the behavior and services required of those people that you are paying salary to, and also expenses and travel. So to me, he's clearly talking about the Memphis Mafia in 1960. They have nothing to lose but a free berth, and whatever you pay them, your entire career and future is always in jeopardy, as you are a tremendous news value and publicity interest, and this carries much more responsibility to maintain your standing. They are like me or anyone else living. No one is interested in their doings except in their connection with you, Elvis Presley. So that is a snapshot of the letter. So then Matthew says, now you need to sort of digest that a bit because it's a little bit confusing. I think he's saying they're using you. That's what I think. I think he's saying if you're going to pay them, make sure that you get your money's worth. I think. Right, so let me just see. Then he adds a bit on here. Wherever Elvis Presley traveled, an inner circle of close friends traveled with him, a group often referred to in the early years as the Guys. When Elvis returned to the United States from the army service in Germany, he assembled a new iteration of the Guys and went to Hollywood to make his film in 2 years, G.I. Blues. So we know when Elvis came out of the army, he made G.I. Blues, yeah? From which Elvis was recording songs on April the 29th, 1960. After Elvis passed away in 1977, many articles, books, and documentaries were published expressing the feeling of various members of the Guys about Colonel Tom Parker. Now, he refers to them as the Guys. We know them as the Memphis Mafia. Many attributed feelings to Colonel Parker concern the Guys, but these are at best the unfiltered perceptions of the Guys. Unlike some of the Guys, Colonel Parker never wrote a book or published his memories of Elvis. Colonel Parker did author a letter to Elvis at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Hollywood, California, on the 29th of April 1960, which may reveal his feelings about the Guys at this time, the Memphis Mafia. Yeah? Not a private letter between the Colonel and Elvis. The carbon copy notification at the end of the letter indicates that the Colonel Tom Parker sent copies to Lamar Fike, Gene Smith, Joe Esposito, Charlie Hodge, Sonny West, Tom Diskin, and Bitsy Mott. M-O-T-T. Bitsy Mott. Now, I don't know who Bitsy Mott is. Does anyone here know who Bitsy Mott is? In order to properly understand the statement the Colonel writes in the letter, it is important for the reader to know who the individuals sharing in this communication with Elvis were in relation to Elvis on this day. So I replied and I said to Matthew, Hillbilly Cat, do you mind me asking why you want our channel to do it. I said, do you mind, you know, why us, Team Elvis? Why me, Louis, our channel defending Elvis? Because I was just interested. Yeah, that's all. No, you know, no disrespect. So let's see. He did reply. Let's see if I can find it. Right, here we are. So I say to him, I'm honored. Please do send me his draft of his book that's going to be released on Amazon. And then I said, do you mind me asking you, why have you chose us? So this is his reply. Then I'll read your comments, guys. Hi, Louis. The letter is originally 3 single-spaced typed pages. So it looks to me like there's 3 pages, yeah? We've only read a small part of 1 page. As noted in the prologue, several carbon copies were made. Graceland Auctions several years ago auctioned a carbon copy of the letter. It has never been published, and the vast majority of Elvis fans never saw it or read it. So really, no one really knows about it, yeah? Okay. Have any of you ever heard of this letter? Yeah, I am going to read your comments, guys. Let's have a look. Several carbon copies were made. Graceland Auctions several years ago auctions a carbon copy of the letter. So they've actually auctioned a carbon copy of the letter, but it has never been published, and the vast majority of Elvis fans have never saw it or read it. In the book, it takes up about 7 pages. So Hillbilly Cat's book, Matthew, his book takes up 7 pages of this letter. The book also has a mini biography of each individual to whom the letter was carbon copied, explaining who they were in relation to Elvis. So that's obviously Lamar Fike and Joe Esposito and all the other names, yeah? And why they were with him at the time. For instance, do you know that Bitsy Mott was famous before he joined Elvis? I have no idea who Bitsy Mott is. If any of you do, please leave it in the comments, yeah? I will read your comments in a second, yeah? Bitsy Mott was famous before he joined Elvis. Most fans haven't even heard of Bitsy. I haven't, definitely not, yeah? But he was there for nearly the entire of Elvis's career. Just out of sight of the camera in most fan snapshots. Just out of sight of the camera in most fan snapshots. It is a short book, probably going to be about 40 pages in total. It is a strong letter, and by publishing in the short book format, I should be able to price it at around $7 for the book, which means the Elvis fan can order it from Amazon anywhere in the world and print on demand editions, meaning it just rolled off the press, so should be in perfect condition with no storage wear. It's shipped directly to their address. It is kind of amazing because I couldn't even copy the book on Xerox for that low a price, let alone ship it anywhere. I believe this will allow the letter to reach the maximum number of interested people, Elvis fans, which is the goal of the project, the chance to push the truth back to the forefront of the story where it belongs. And then I say to him, why did you choose us, me and Team Elvis? And he says, you, because I can tell you are seeking the truth about Elvis, and because your subscribers are with you on the same path. We have the same theme, don't we? Me, Team Elvis, we want to defend Elvis. We want to defend Lisa and the bloodline. We want to expose the wrongdoing of many things, including Priscilla. Yeah? Here is a note Elvis wrote in the margin of a book in his typical blocky, all capital lettering. So this is Elvis's words, okay, guys? A singer can sing his song, but they must have an ear to receive the song. So Elvis's words. A singer can sing his song, but they must have an ear to receive the song. I totally understand that. I understand. He's basically saying there's no point in saying a word if no one's listening. Isn't that what he's saying? For years, I have gathered Elvis material knowingly, and I wanted to tell the story, but not sure exactly how. In the last 12 months, the way has become clear. Very soon, more videos, more books, more Elvis is coming. This is the first one. I am singing the song. So he's singing the song because he wants us to hear it. He now feels that people are ready to listen. Yeah? Is that what you're saying, Matt? People are ready to listen. Now is the time. Yeah? Serendipity. Serendipity. I can see you want to hear it. I am offering you the sheet music to follow along. Thank you. We are very honored and very grateful. And of course, we're very interested. We want to defend Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. Right. So let me read your comments. I don't think I've got that much longer because I think the wife's going to be here in a sec. But I want to try and read your comments. So how did you find that, guys? I mean, I still need to read the letter a few more times to understand it. I need to know more. So me and Matthew will talk a bit more until I understand it. I'm the same with Amy Collett, our researcher. I need to hear things a few times to start to understand it and absorb it. Yeah. So let's have a look. So let me just see about Bitsy. So Elizabeth, this would be a great read to understand. There was also, you said, Bitsy Mott, security manager. Yeah, so that's Pamela. Jojo, wasn't Bitsy Mott Parker's brother-in-law and manager of Elvis's security in 1973? Okay, I don't know, but maybe, yeah. I'm going to Google his name, yeah. I haven't had a chance to do it, to be honest with you, but because I've been out all day, but that's the plan. So if any of you know anything about Bitsy, there was another name on there as well that I didn't recognize. Let me just... let's see if anyone else has mentioned Bitsy. So Pamela says Bitsy is Joe Savory, a childhood friend of Elvis. So Pamela, are you saying Joe Savory is Bitsy's real name? Yeah, is that what you're saying? I want to take a picture of that, what you just said. So we're all learning together, guys, aren't we? We're all learning together. Right. Okay, let's have a look. So obviously, you know, most of us haven't ever heard it, have we? Let's face it. Yeah, so the letter, I'll be honest with you guys, it's maybe, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I find that letter difficult to absorb. Let's have a look. Should we just quickly read that? Because it's so short. I'm going to read it again. It is amazing that out of the 5 people that are traveling with you, none of them have proposed or offered to take some of this responsibility on himself for you. Perhaps it is because you don't tell them. I am paying Bitsy a good salary and his hotel. I don't mind doing this for you and for our business, but I feel sure that the time has come for your own good and your career that you must consider laying down some strict instructions regarding the behavior and services required of those people that you are paying salary to and also expenses and travel. They have nothing to lose but a free berth and whatever you pay them. Your entire career and future is always in jeopardy. And as you are tremendous news value and publicity interest, and this carries much more responsibility to maintain your standing, they are like me or anyone else living. No one is interested in their doings except in their connection with you. Now, obviously, if we're talking about the Memphis Mafia, that is very true. You know, if we talk about this book, yeah, this book in some way sort of relates to what's happening here, doesn't it? Because I think Colonel Tom Parker has sort of been saying to Elvis early on in his career in 1960, be careful, people around you, you know. And the truth is, these people around him did benefit for the rest of their lives from the Presley name, from the fact that they once worked for Elvis. They once knew Elvis. They were friends with Elvis. They went to the army with Elvis. Yeah, you get it? Grew up with Elvis. So I think what he's trying to say is the Colonel was warning him early on. Am I right? I'm just Jojo. I'm just repeating the letter. Yeah, the name in the letter is definitely Bitsy Mott. So Bitsy M-O-T. Yeah. So let's have a look. The paragraph makes me sort of understand how the Colonel became later possibly makes Elvis get married. Does it, Elizabeth? How's that? Explain that to me, Elizabeth. What you just said. The paragraph makes me sort of understand how the Colonel becomes later and possibly makes Elvis get married. I don't get that. I don't get that. I more see. Don't forget, Elvis has just come out of the army. Obviously, a lot of things happened in Germany. I just get that the Colonel is looking out for Elvis. You know, this is at the beginning of his career of the movies, the movie years, isn't it? The 60s is the movie years, and I'm picking up. Oh, okay, Jojo. I'm picking up that the Colonel was sort of being quite protective of Elvis, and he's sort of saying, you know, these guys, they're all hanging around you, they're all getting paid, they all benefit from being around you. You get it? I more, because some people do say that the Colonel Tom Parker had a fatherly effect on Elvis, that Elvis sometimes looked at Colonel Tom Parker in a fatherly way, you know, so, you know, like an uncle or something. So Elizabeth says he's looking out for Elvis, but I think it becomes more later. Okay. So, all right. So, I don't have much longer, but should we just play a little bit more of this documentary? I must admit, with Hillbilly Cat, Matthew, who's writing the book concerning Colonel Tom Parker and his letter, I don't know. I've got more to learn. I've got to go. Right, I'm going to go, guys. Sorry, the wife's here. So,